but we will find out.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's just decided that's the name. And it's all fine.
That could be why we had a battery icon. Yeah, I'm guessing they don't have this cube plugged in anymore.
Okay, here we go.
There's actually an outlet right here.
Just want to pick everything up, put it on the edge.
I can plug it in right here.
Do you need more cable?
Yeah, about right here.
Ready.
There it is.
Were we pulling a consistent feed on Tuesday?
It seemed like it when we were in the room.
Is that a ticker? It's a slow ticker.
There's a clock behind me. Here. Now if I can just keep my head out of the shot.
Oh, I see. Like a 15-20 second delay.
I just want to see it like work and not have a lapse.
But even if someone dropped, said something crazy, I don't know if you could stop the stream.
No. You're gonna have no way to like.
I don't think there's any way to done. Unless you had some sort of audio switch.
No. And we, now we're getting a pause.
Because I feel like this was happening on Tuesday.
But it's like, I don't see it dropping over here.
So I wonder, well...
Then it's like, is it happening over here or is it on your laptop?
Yeah.
I've been watching the screen. I haven't seen it disconnect yet.
Yeah, that's why. So I'm running my my phone off a cell, 4G.
Yeah. Some riveting video. All right.
Views are just gonna start jumping up.
I moved my arm, and then I just moved just now. So right now our buffer, it was about, we were about 15, 18 seconds behind it, but it's not dropping.
No. I don't know why it's not dropping now.
So right now our buffer.
If there was someone in here doing something that was intensive and they stopped and now, where are you at?
Here, I already said it.
Oh.
All right, here you go.
This is pretty cinematic with that depth of field.
Oh, I can't do left and right. There, started. So yeah, it's not too far behind. But in this time that we've been talking and everything,
It's not dropping.
so obviously we've eliminated over the wire we're not having the issues. So I need to talk to whoever. I'm glad that David walked by when he did. I don't want to hear myself. That's probably better than me just putting a ticket in and randomly. That was really good that David walked by like it did. Somebody that's a wireless expert over there, it's going to help me a lot more than I'll send him a note today and ask him like, hey, if he's not the right person, he might be able to help us with like pointing us to, oh yeah, that's great. Especially since we know, I'll just say, Melissa and Russ Williams is working on this project, yada yada yada. What do we need to do to like make this work in a better? Because here's the test that we did. It's not. Obviously, we're having some issue. It's not working on the public network. We know it's working consistently on wired. So.
That's good.
Yeah, because it's. I still personally think that. I know Melissa's concerned about it, but if she's doing this like in the library or in the child life zone or somewhere that she can have a wired connection, It's like,
completely agree with you.
I mean, we can leave it set so that, and I like the idea that it prioritizes if you've got a wire, plug it in, turn it on, it will use the wire instead of the wireless, just so that you don't have to worry about it like accidentally falling off the wireless.
Definitely.
I mean, I understand completely hey, we got to use wireless because it's easier, but if you can use a wire because you're not going to move around, like somebody's just going to do a performance in front of a bunch of kids.
Well, no one's doing any sort of like camera movement anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to set up in like in the zone there, or whatever you're going to do in a place where you're able to move around, and you do have a wire that's a few feet away, just gap a wire down and put it in. Because the heartache of like it falling off constantly.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and it's just one of them things where I don't trust wireless enough. It's like I was saying the other day, you don't notice it when your laptop or your iPad falls off occasionally because you're not asking for data every moment of during a stream. But as soon as you're trying to do that for an hour, 2% of the drops is going to be noticeable because you're expecting it to work 100% of the time. So
Yeah, so I can't remember when the debut is of it. It's a Tuesday in September.
oh, the blues
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, she sent me an invite on it.
So I would make sure that you know where the Ethernet drop is in the tower, South County Tower lobby.
Yeah, she said Tuesday on the 6th.
Yeah.
It's in
I can walk around there too, and then
Simon Family Tower lobby. Down in I'm guessing just down there in the main area. There's got to be one somewhere that I could just find a drop and then gaff it.
yeah, I'll look around and send you an email about where one is.
I just would think that that's a better way to do that until we know that it's certain that we can do it without a wireless issue.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
And I can, the thing is I can go over there and we can try it out before then so we know that it works. So
I mean, I'm just thinking like this blue thing is going to be huge. They're bringing in all kinds of huge screens and everything. So you're going to have people Facebook Live.
So you've got
I mean,
the bandwidth thing anyway.
Yeah, that access point's going to be destroyed.
Well, we had that concern back when Garth Brooks came about when we were talking about could we do something like this, because we were talking about getting a pterodactyl then, and we were looking at buying one of those or something similar, and at that time we were like, well, would it even work if we depended on getting on the public network or ours? Because how do we know that we're going to have a quality of service that's going to be consistent if everybody and their brother is using their phones and trying to do whatever? You just don't know. And especially if you've got 100 or 200 people that are trying to do their updates on there, it's just it's going to be one of those things that you just have no idea what to expect, and yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a end of the world, but you want to give yourself a chance for success.
Definitely.
Especially since it's the first time you do it, and you don't want to try out a new technology like that and tell everybody, oh, it's going to be on there, and then stumble right out the gate.
Russ Williams is going to be standing right there to see you.
Yeah, and
So you better be damn sure it's going to work.
well, and that's the thing. It's like I know Russ well enough that I would hate to disappoint Russ. So. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let me do that. I'll connect with him. Do you mind if I hang on to this box then, or do you want to play around with it?
I'll play around with it.
Okay, I will connect with him. If I get an answer from him when are you in or out so that way I know to, I'll
Monday.
loop you in.
I can do Monday, Fridays easily.
Is that when you're working still?
I can be.
Okay, because if I get an answer from him and like to say, hey, because I took a picture of the MAC addresses off that, and I get an answer from him and say, hey, you know, here's what these MAC addresses off this box are. You know, is there a way you can provision like this? You know, if he says, oh, can we do a test with it or whatever, you know, I can perhaps come over there on Monday. Let me look what's going on.
I can do Monday, Friday. I could do Wednesday in the morning.
Monday, Wednesday.
I can do Thursday in the middle of the day. I think Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
and
Well,
Friday
I'll tell you what.
afternoon.
Right now, I'm good with any of those days. So we'll just see what happens next week or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll CC you on all the messaging that I do to him. My whole thing is like if you like him or whomever is like, hey, can you test this or that? I'll be like, I'm not going to do anything until I can get over to Riley and we can test it in that environment.
Yeah.
Because it really doesn't do us any good to like go and test it over here because we won't know.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing what it is they'll probably say they want to make sure that it's provisioned for either the public or private. And I need to find whatever instruction book because I hate to like tell somebody about a piece of equipment that I do not know all the answers to, like what capabilities. Like I don't know if it can get on certain wireless and what I don't know what capabilities this has like beyond. We know it got on there, but I don't know like can it do the private like you know like we were talking about can it grab a key from the private network? I don't know. Because to be honest, if we can get on the segregated private network over at Riley, that's probably better because then that's different traffic.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't have to worry about everybody else slamming. And I'm betting that they also provision that differently from a quality of service. Then we wouldn't have an issue with that. That would increase our success chances.
Yeah.
So, and I would say in this whole time that we've been talking, I haven't seen this thing reconnect.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So, all right, let's shut this thing off then.
I would send an email